Yeah, so like you got to portray many different type of characters in your shows till now. So if we ask you to name one character that is very close to your heart,
Shravan, obviously, has to be,
yes,
because that is like my first show that was uh, in a way of being close to me. Was that was the closest I come to playing somebody I would know in real life, because they put that many layers into him, that he was, sometimes he was a normal person, sometimes he was angry, sometimes he was vengeful, or I think what I struggle with in the other shows is that they're so good, especially Ek Deewana Tha and Kavach, is that Angad and Shiv are so pure and they're so good, and they just like, बस प्यार है तो वो मर जाएंगे, which is fine, हीरो को ऐसी होना चाहिए, but they have no black or even grey in them, they're just good. और वो मुझे थोड़ा सा unrealistic लगता है, and honestly it becomes a bit like you expect कि यहाँ पे चलो वो थोड़ा react करेगा, but no, he's still a nice guy and he'll always be a nice guy. Even कबूल है आयुष पहले अब कुछ बोलेगा, but no, he's like, मैं समझता हूँ, कोई बात नहीं, मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ, हम संभाल लेंगे, मैं तुम्हारे साथ हूँ. So you're like, okay, but I think in real life, even when we do something for somebody, and this is just my take, is that थोड़ा we expect कि the other person should appreciate कि करा, हाँ चलो प्यार है सब कुछ है, बट करा तो थोड़ा थैंक यू तक तो बोल दो. So, and that was, I think, Shravan's main thing. He would do something heroic and he would be like there for somebody, and then nobody would acknowledge what he's done, and they'd be like, "Yeah, what? I'm doing all this, और कोई मेरे लिए तो कुछ कर नहीं रहा." And that was human. That is what humanity is. चलो hero एक होता है अपना, but hero भी तो human होता है ना. Like he can feel bad about some things. So I think in that way, that is what I say when I say that I want to play human characters. It's not. I'm not saying कि मुझे जाके which is what I say every time when people are like, what are you looking for in your next show? And that is what I'm looking for, is that there are like parts of us which are not pure white, that are thoda sa gray. There is thoda sa black, and how a person deals with it and he tussles with it, and how he might overcome it sometimes, and how sometimes he cannot overcome it. That is what's interesting to watch. And that is basically what I'm kind of hoping that I get to do again. And that is why I think Shravan is very, very close to me, because that is where I related to him also. Obviously, it was my first like arriving thing, and the way it was done and everything was great. But I think because now that I think about it, it was that I could understand कि हाँ ये जो उल्टा सीधा कर भी रहा है, it is because he feels like he wants acknowledgement, and that is not something horrible or terrible. Maybe what he does after that is not great, but wo I can understand, and that is all I want to do, is I want to understand my characters and be able to relate to them. Very long answer. So Shravan, yes.
So whenever you are like offered any character or any show, so what is the thing that you notice before taking up, or do you like ऐसा कुछ एक particular ये चीज होनी चाहिए show में या character में, so you get attracted to do that. So what is your preference towards scripts and shows while doing?
Everything has been basically different. एक दूसरे के वास्ते they told me like a 50-60 episode story. I remember the creative on the show, she called me and I was in the gym, and she was like, do you have 2 minutes to talk? I was like, 2 minutes to hai mere paas, because I was working out. So I went up to a quiet corner and it took half an hour. So she told me like the whole story, like detail mein. And I was like, okay, great. And I went and auditioned again and again and again. And there was a time when I think they disappeared. Like I met Sir, and he was like, I think ho jayega, apna ho jayega. And I was like, okay, great. Like, hone wala hai. They're going to call. And this was around Christmas, 24th December. Because I remember मुझे वहाँ पहुँचने में 2 घंटे लग गए थे because of Christmas traffic in Bombay on the Western Express Highway. So when I got there, everything was very friendly and great. And they were like, I think अब हम करेंगे. तू fit करता है. So I was like, great. Like अब call आएगी and it'll be done. And then no call came. Nothing came. Like nothing, not one word, no one message. And New Year came. So एक हफ्ता हो गया, and I was like, चलो New Year में सब busy होंगे, New Year खत्म करने के बाद कर लेंगे. This is how you kind of rationalize it to yourself. फिर first आ गई, second आ गई, third आ गई, fourth आ गई, no call. I'm like, ये भी गया. I don't know what happened, but गया. And I was so used to things not working out by that point. I was like, koi baat nahi, kuch aur karenge. Then around the 10th or 11th, I think it had been a while, they called and they're like, "Aap abhi aa sakte hain kya shaam ko?" And I was like, "Nahi, abhi to main nahi aa sakta." Because it was like 4 or 5, and you know how the traffic is around 5 or 6. I had to go to Malad from Bandra. So I was like, "Abhi to main nahi aa sakta." And they're like, "Theek hai, kal sir aapko aana hi aana hai, chahe kuch bhi ho jaye." And I'd done the look test with somebody, like proper one full day, 12, 13 hours we spent on it. So I was like, okay. Then I went to the office, and एक कमरे में I went and I auditioned with 2 girls. वही office में ही. And one was Nikita. And I came back. I was like, I don't know what is happening. तब तक I had just given up. Like जब जो होगा मुझे call करेंगे तो करेंगे. I don't know what's happening. So I went back, and 2 days later they called me and they were like, Namik, we'd like you to play Shravan. And for that 1 second, I was like, ah. And then all the tension you set in कि lead है और पहला show है, अब कैसे करूँगा, कर भी पाऊँगा नहीं कर पाऊँगा. So that is how एक दूसरे के वास्ते worked out. एक दीवाना था was completely like me, Vikram, Donald went to the set one day. We were called all on the same day. I'd spoken to the producer on the phone, and we just did a look test straight up, like no audition, nothing. We got into the clothes, we did the scenes. Scene ke beech mein Prateek told me the story, whatever was going to happen. And basically they said, okay, it's yours, like if you want to do it. And Prateek's enthusiasm and the clarity that he had in what he wanted to do was basically, I was like, okay, done. This is what, and I was going to play like almost like a superhero, because like he had powers and stuff. So वो मुझे बड़ा मेरे जो अंदर का बच्चा था, I was like, yes, like, you know, I'll get to do cool things. तो एक दीवाना था हो गया. Kavach was basically like, it just came, and first I signed Kasauti. Like I went to the meeting and I went and signed all the papers for Kasauti, because I was like, चलो cameo भी करके देख लेते हैं क्या होता है. सब मना करते थे, don't do a cameo. But I was like, करूँगा, एक तो करके देखूँगा. And Kasauti was like, okay, let's try it. So I went and signed the papers. And that night they called कि मैम नहीं सर, आपको मैम ने decide किया कि आप कवच कर रहे हैं हमारे lead. And कवच के लिए I had given audition for the negative lead like a month ago. So that wasn't even on my radar कि कुछ हो रहा है कवच का. But then मैम ने बोला कि आपको करना है और बहुत अच्छा शो है सर, बस एक प्रॉब्लम है कि हम वहाँ नायगांव में शूट करने वाले हैं. Like मुझे पता नहीं था नायगांव क्या होता है. I think if I had known the travel it would take to get to Naigaon, I would have thought twice. Like कोई बात नहीं, नायगांव का तो देख लेंगे. Like कि बाकी सबका बात की. And obviously when Ekta ma'am says that, you know, she wants you to do a lead and it was Balaji, I was like, okay, let's do that. So I think all three were very different. And then obviously Kasauti, I told you, they just called and were like, this is the character, you want to do it? Do it.
So, you know, what's your perspective on doing music videos? What do you think about doing music videos?
I think it's cool. It's great. What's wrong with it? Is there a controversy about doing music videos?
No, like
I'm not aware.
No. Like, do you want to do music videos? What do you think of you doing?
Yeah, if I get a call, I would do it. I think two or three times I've been called, but then I think I said my budget and then nobody called me back. So maybe, but this is a while ago, so I don't know how it works now. But yeah, why? I think that's I don't think it would be a very complicated shoot. I think you just lip sync and some nice video shot and then you go home. So yeah. Absolutely, I think that's great.
Yeah, because it's so much in trend. Every actor we see, you know, every other actor is trying to do a music video, and constantly there has been coming new music videos.
Lately, I think, yes, I've seen quite a lot of that. But the 2 or 3 that I've gotten called, it hasn't really worked out. Basically, I am in different things.
Okay, so the second last question that I would like to ask is, even though like you have partly answered that question, that what type of roles you are looking forward to, and what are your future project plans for now?
That is basically what I told you, is that something relatable, and I think pehle, because like I said, I just used to go to the gym and took some classes. So जो भी काम मिलता था was like a bonus, like अच्छा, like they were assigning me, cool, like कर लेते हैं, काम तो काम है. It was that kind of mentality. But I think now that I'm kind of working on myself a lot, I would like to जो भी try कर रहा हूँ, and the things I've kind of focused on, I would like to display that. I would like to work with something that allows me to showcase that. I think तभी मेरे, अगर आप सोशल मीडिया देखेंगे, जिम का सबसे आसान होता है लगाना, बिकॉज जिम में रोज जाता हूँ तो मैं लगा सकता हूँ. इट्स वेरी सिंपल थिंग कि अब मैं वेट उठा रहा हूँ, ओके, अब बॉडी आज was looking good, so इसकी फोटो लगा दो or something. Acting, I know some people can do that they make their own plays or they shoot their own stuff, they write their own lines and they produce it. That is beautiful and amazing. I don't think I have that much writing ability right now or something like that to do that. For now, maybe eventually I'll try and explore that. But I would like to work, and especially TV, it's a writer's medium, writer-producer medium. Movies are director's mediums, where the director decides a lot. In TV, the writer and the producer basically decide everything. और TV की जो audience होती है, they are so smart and they are very attuned to the story. They don't really care. That is why movies में superstars होते हैं. TV में there are people who are very popular, but there is no guarantee कि if somebody even has an X number of followers on Instagram, जब उनका show आएगा, that will be a huge hit. There is no guarantee of that, because एक हफ्ते तक लोग आके आपके लिए शो देख लेंगे कि चलो हमारा फेवरेट कर रहे हैं, बट अगर स्टोरी फिर कहीं और चलेगी, दिल में नहीं, we can't do this. And I've realized that there were some scenes where I'd be like, हाँ ये अच्छा सीन आया, मैं ना इसमें अच्छे से करता हूँ, and I would do a good job, because, and I'm not saying that because of myself, even my co-actor would tell me, the director would tell me बहुत अच्छा किया, and the scene would come and just go and nobody would say anything about it, because the story was going in a way that the fans weren't happy. So जबकि मूवी में आप कहीं कभी जाएंगे, especially like Ranbir Kapoor, I remember there was some space in there where some of his movies overall were not very tight or compact or something, but he was amazing in it. Like you couldn't take your eyes off him because he was so good. Because आपको 2 घंटे देखना है, तो आप 2 घंटे बैठ के मैं एक आदमी को देख सकता हूँ कि हाँ बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा है. रोज आधे घंटे 1 घंटे रोज बैठ के देखना नहीं कर सकते, चाहे आदमी जितनी जान लगा दे. So अगर मैं जान लगा रहा हूँ, I would want कि जो story है, it gives justice to what the effort I'm putting, and then I can do justice to what is on the paper. So that is what I'm kind of hoping for and looking for. Obviously, see, listen, it's my job. I have taken such a long break. I do miss working a lot. I would love to be back right now. Like, ठीक है, break is great and everything. और अच्छा खाना खाने को मिलता है, बहुत कुछ सोने को मिलता है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. But मुझे काम भी बहुत अच्छा लगता है. But the calm has to be something that fulfills me, makes me happy, because I have to go there for hours and hours and be that person. And ये आधा अधूरा करके, you can try it. Some days there are where you're just like, just say the lines, man, and like, don't fight what is happening. मत सोचो कि क्या हो रहा है, just do your job. You can do that for a while. वो नहीं, the happiness that you get from doing a good scene, and even in an audition, when I record an audition, if I do a good job according to what I want to do, क्योंकि ऑडिशन में एक सीन मिलता है, I don't know what the story is, पता नहीं क्या लिखा होगा, बट मुझे जो समझ में आता है उसके हिसाब से मैं अगर अच्छा कर लूं, मेरा पूरा दिन बहुत अच्छा जाता है, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि हाँ मैंने जो सोचा था, जो मुझे लगा था मुझे करना चाहिए, मैंने कर दिया. उसके बाद मुझे काम मिले ना मिले, I don't care, I don't know what they're looking for, I don't know what their criteria is. बस मुझे ये चाहिए कि जो खुशी मुझे अच्छा काम करके मिलती है वो मुझे मिलती रहे, and that is the hope that it works out. Obviously there are no guarantees. Once I sign something, I will be there 110%, चाहे जैसा जो हो. But fingers crossed. I think once you hope for good things and you wish for good things, कुछ तो आएगा उसका वापस.
Exactly. So lastly, to all your fans and followers who have been loving and supporting you so much, so any message that you would like to give to them?
Again, stay safe. Please get vaccinated. That is the one good way of getting out of this situation. थोड़ा सा I see some people getting careless, so take care of yourself. मास्क पहन के रखिए, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, छोटी सी चीज है. I know थोड़ी सी सुंदर शक्ल छुप जाती है, but थोड़ा सा टाइम संभाल लेंगे तो अगले साल हमें ये नहीं करना पड़ेगा जो अभी हम कर रहे हैं. 2 साल वैसे ही निकल गए हैं. So please get vaccinated. Please take care of yourselves. Please wear a mask. obviously enjoy your lives. And
So once again, thank you so much for connecting with us today. And I had a lovely time interacting with you. And I think हमने आपकी starting से show लेकर अब तक की पूरी journey आपको वापस पूरी relive करा दी होगी. And even I got to know so much about your point of views and thoughts about doing shows. So it was a lovely interacting section with you.
thank you so much, and thank you for the great questions. I know थोड़े answers बहुत लंबे लंबे थे, but I think you can edit that once you.
No, but
मैं खो गया था अपनी कहानी में. So
I
वो
enjoyed
मेरे आते
hearing
थे.
them, and even audience will love it.
Great. Thank you so much for the chat. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hi guys, my name is Namik. You're watching me on Famizo. Please like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe and share.